Welcome to AirHeads. On this week's show, Phill Price is preventing the pigeons pooing on the crow's nest. We have the usual suspects, HotAir and Airstreaming. But first, it's me. I'm at Pete's Airgun Farm in Essex, one of the best facilities for air gunning in the country. Indoor ranges, outdoor ranges, and there is no better place to try the new BSA Gold Star.
First up, let's start with the venue. Roger has been coming here for years. Unfortunately, spaces like this are few and far between. People travel for miles to practice and get their gun bang on.
Here we are indoors at Pete's Farm. As you can see, there are so many targets to choose from. There really are. Different kill sizes, 25 yards, 50 yards. All the yardage is up on the wall there. It's fantastic. If you're serious about zeroing your gun for competition, it's the only place to be.
So what possessed Pete to start up a dedicated range when he could be charging the place out for storage?
After the BSE crisis, we had a lot of redundant buildings. I used to come and zero my rifle up in one of the empty buildings that we had. So that just gave me the idea maybe other people would want to, and we started off with a very open fronted building, still with gates and cattle troughs and everything in it. And I put a few adverts up in some gun shops, and a few people came along and started using it, and I just developed things from there. We have got on the farm an indoor 50-yard range, an outdoor range, which we're standing on now, and also, for those that are responsible enough, a 500-acre farm that you can vermin shoot on.
What are your hours of open?
Well, what I do, once you've had your introduction, we are actually open all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, no set hours, whenever you like.
So when you say about introduction, can you tell me about the introduction?
Yep, certainly. On anyone's first visit, I like to meet them at the farm to show them firstly all around the farm, the facilities we've got, but also do a quick safety briefing, check I'm happy with them and they're happy with me and the setup. And then once you've done that, I'll show you exactly what to do for future visits, and then you can come and go as you please.
Fantastic. Did I fill my cylinder here?
Yes, we've got facilities for anyone with dive cylinders. As long as they're 300 bar and all in test, then I can fill them here at the farm. If I can't fill them immediately because I'm out on the tractor, you can leave it with me and I'll have it charged up for when you next come back.
Fantastic.
There's also basic tea and coffee making facilities and nibbles, plus honesty box and heaters above each lane when it's brass monkeys. On the outside range, there are targets everywhere, so don't forget your rangefinder.
Now the nice thing about Pete's Farm is, we're outside, we've got a total massive array of targets. The HFT target's 35 yards, and we've got obviously FT targets out to 55 and further obviously. From this yellow line I just range found the stuff that I want to shoot at, which is out to sort of 35 yards, because that's what we do in HFT, is kneelers and standers out to 35. Now, with the FT boys, they do their standards at 40 yards, so obviously go back 5 yards. It's lovely because we can practice, and they've got elevated shots as well. We've got like low level shots. We've got it all.
So now the Gold Star. Take it away, Roger.
I'm so glad to have got this gun, and I'm so impressed with it. BSA have obviously been predominantly a hunting rifle, and a lot of people, still look at that and go, well, hunting, that's all they do. Well, let me tell you, that's not the case anymore. I've been on and on and on at BSA for ages to make a target gun or an HFT gun or something a little bit more target orientated. And they were reluctant, but my goodness me, what an amazing job they've done. This thing shoots superbly. It's just a pleasure to be with. Some of my friends shot this gun the other day, and they all remarked upon the fact that it just doesn't take wind. It's like having an unfair advantage. It just doesn't take wind. It's incredible. Everyone else is giving it a mil dot, half a mil dot off the kill because the wind's coming from right to left or whatever. But you're still inside the kill. How does that work? I don't understand it. It is black magic. It's BSA magic is what it is. As you can see, this stock is the red, white and blue. To go with my trainers, yes, I know. But anyway, there's 3 variations of this. There's obviously the red, white and blue. There's the walnut, and there's the cracked black pepper, and that's a really nice colour as well, just like a grey laminate. It's a really nice looking gun, but I like the garish, loud, obnoxious one, a bit like myself.
So what if you treat yourself to a sparkly new target rifle? What next? Well, as Roger is an HFT competitor, he has offered to take us through the ABC of HFT with his BSA. Over the coming weeks and months, he will explain things such as guns really shouldn't be shot straight out of the box, pellets are not all made equal, how to set up your scope and chronograph your rifle. We want you to feel confident turning up to an HFT event, and that's our aim, to get more people competing and enjoying air guns. For more information about Pete's Airgun Farm, go to airgunfarm.co.uk. And to check out BSA's new Gold Star SE, go to bsaguns.co.uk.
So that was me. Next, we've got David with HotAir.
This is HotAir. The Scottish Parliament's Finance Committee has hit out at the economics of the proposed Scottish airgun ban. The Scottish Government plans to set up a licence system for the 500,000 airguns in Scotland. Its own Finance Committee says that the new Air Weapons and Licensing Scotland Bill will only impact adversely on legitimate users and not target criminals, because criminals won't bother paying the £85 licence fee to own an airgun. The committee also discussed why no compensation would be offered for surrendered guns, the cost of the proposed licence and the cost of any subsequent appeals from those denied a licence. Ryan Ashman is a great asset to BSA in more ways than one. During the week, he works at the factory in Birmingham building the R10 Mark II models and takes his work home at the weekends to compete with his single-shot R10 Mark II with customised stock. He recently won a competition at the Kinver Air Rifle Club and is on the BSA team on the World HFT competition circuit alongside Roger Lait. Harking back to the SHOT Show, and it saw the launch of the new Air Arms HFT airgun. Air Arms boss Claire West holds the new HFT 500, which features a single-shot side lever action and multi-adjustable match trigger. Are you aged between 14 and 17 and fancy an air gunning holiday in the States? Why not register for a spot on the firing line at the Civilian Marksmanship Programme CMP Junior Air Rifle Camps? They're held in numerous locations around the country this year. The camps and clinics train high school-aged junior shooters on intermediate and advanced air rifle marksmanship skills through various exercises and demos. And they're trained by competition shooters. An American has tried to get a refund on an air rifle he hadn't even bought. 35-year-old Philip Brinich allegedly removed the air rifle from a display stand in a Pennsylvania branch of Walmart, took it to the customer service counter and attempted to get a $242.74 refund. He has been charged with theft. And finally, rabbits are following in the footsteps of the foxes, and they're leaving the countryside and setting up home in the towns. That's the conclusion of research by the University of Frankfurt. Its report shows that as animals expand their numbers in urban areas, they've been adapting their burrows. Instead of living in large burrow systems with numerous entrances, they live in small groups in burrows with fewer entrances, in parks, gardens and open spaces and wasteland. You are now up to date with HotAir, aiming for accuracy, targeting the truth.
Thank you, David. Coming up next, Phill Price. And congratulations, Phil, on becoming the new editor of Airgunner magazine.
There are added benefits of using a farm building as a studio. They can double up as a hunting ground. Phil is more than likely to have a rifle ready to go if there's a flicker of a chance of some hunting. Today it's a Daystate Huntsman Regal. We're at Andy's farm and some white and collared doves and ferals have made Shay Crow their home. Probably a bad decision.
This is what the birds are after. This is the pea crop. You get a double problem with this. One is the birds are eating them, but two, they poo where they feed. So that then degrades the value of the product. So someone comes around to make the farmer a bid for it. So, well, yeah, it's not really a very good grade because there's so much poo in it. This isn't an environment where you can use a shotgun or a rimfire. The air gun is the perfect tool for this environment. Carefully taken shots won't damage anything at all. You know, as long as you make sure you're not hitting the thin corrugated roof, You can take all sorts of shots. You can take elevated shots without being a danger to anybody, and also being lovely and quiet. We don't cause disturbance, don't upset the neighbours. It's a good service that we can provide to the farmers.
Even though Crow said they were used to people and hadn't been shot, they just know. With a decent rest, which are plentiful down the farm, Phill gets his first. Unfortunately, it falls among some bales, but we have the technology.
Just goes to prove the value of having your dog with you. That had fallen down behind some bales. I couldn't see it, but my little bitch got down there, poked her nose in, found it for me, so at least I know it's dead, it's killed cleanly, and another good job done for the farmer.
We do some more filming and head out again, hoping the birds have calmed down. This time, it's a feral in Phil's sights.
The birds have been coming and going all morning. We've been trying to keep an eye open between doing other things. And we saw them circling, managed to get around the back here, got a perfect angle on one, and it walked out of sight, moved again, managed to line him up, nice clean kill. So Mr. Buzzard will have something for his lunch when he comes around looking. That's one down, 50, 60, 70 to go.
Phill ventures off along the hedgerow, hoping to bag a squirrel, but instead makes a great shot through the branches on a collared dove.
They may be small, but when there's hundreds and hundreds of them, in the grain, in the peas all the time, they're a serious pest, on top of which they have a nasty habit of pooing all over expensive machinery, tractors and so on, which is very unpleasant, very unhygienic, and the poo actually damages the paint, so it's a busy job for the farmers to keep cleaning stuff up, so they're always very glad to see a few of these gone away.
Very neat, Phill, but when you're next out, everyone will know which pocket to check.
Thank you, Phill. Next up, Terry Doe has some choice words.
Terry, you love squirrel. You were practically raised as an arboreal rodent. Tell one, how does one do it justice in the kitchen?
Slow-cooked squirrel. Squirrel in the slow cooker. Throw the veggies in, throw the squirrel in, a bit of braising in the frying pan before. Go and do something wonderful for 4 hours and come back and eat squirrel.
Last but not least, we have the best of airgunning on YouTube with Airstreaming.
Charlie Jacoby here. This is my weekly roundup of the best airgunning on YouTube. American shooting TV host Keith Warren goes for it with airguns. Hunting Texas rats at night with Gamma air rifles has him doing just that. They used to say there's an app for that. Now there's a YouTube channel for that. Want to know how good the US team is at air rifle events in the run-up to Rio 2016? Check out the USA Shooting channel. Slightly different Shooting USA, not USA Shooting, reviews the Benjamin Bulldog 357 at the SHOT Show this year. It's on the Crossman channel, which owns Benjamin, so don't expect anything less than complimentary. Now a couple of compare-contrast films. SRS Power is out around the barns with his own Air Arms S310 and Tom's BSA Super 10, both in .22 caliber. Squirrel Hunter is of course shooting squirrels. 2 outings in what he calls a tale of 2 pellets. Andrew Watkins sends me his video on the airgun section at the British Shooting Show 2015. He looks at the Daystate Pulsar with Tony Bellis and talks to the Lord High Chamberlain of English-speaking airgunning, Terry Doe. Meanwhile, King of the Irish Hunter's Vermin brings out Night Sight Viper Rabbit Hunt. He uses Night Sight Night Vision atop a 30-foot pound Theoben MFR. And finally, do you speak Russian? If so, here is a well-presented airgun chat show called Russian Airgun TV. In School Shooter Part 3, Sergei Surikov answers, as he puts it, stupid questions from a novice shooter. Click on the links to watch the videos, or you will find them in this film's description. If you would like to send in a video for Airstreaming, ping me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv.
Thanks for watching. This has been Airheads. I've been Roger Lait. Enjoy your airgunning.